Hey guys, welcome to the channel and another video. Today I'm going to be watching Spaceballs by Mel Brooks, starring him, John Candy, and Rick Moranis, among others. As you guys already might know, I'm a big fan of Brooks's work, and I have reviewed several of his films on the channel, including Blazing Saddles, Robin Hood Men in Tights, and Young Frankenstein. They were all awesome. Brooks I feel like he's a unique director. He likes to star in his own movies. He loves writing. He loves slapstick humor and breaking the fourth wall. But most importantly, he always tried, or at least tries to, push the limits of comedy itself. That's something I find extremely admirable. Blazing Saddles, that's a great example of this, by the way. About Spaceballs, I don't know too much about this movie except that it's a Star Wars parody, and it's apparently also a parody of other sci-fi films of the time. I have watched the original Star Wars movies and the prequels almost, 10-15 years ago now. So I might miss a couple of the references, but I do remember them for the most part. I wish I could do a first time watching for the Star Wars movies because they're all jumbled up in my head, all 6 of them. But I do remember big chunks of them, so I don't think that'll be fair. Anyways, knowing Mel Brooks's work, I expect a lot of humor, excellent chemistry between the actors, but I'm not expecting a very coherent narrative or something that makes absolute sense, something that'll be critically acclaimed from all time. I feel like Brooks's movies, they're here to entertain. That's why he makes them. That's their primary purpose, and that's exactly the reason I am here today. But before we get into it, to help support the channel, I have a Patreon page for full-length reviews and reactions to this movie and over 210 movies now. Early access and weekly posts for what to watch next. You'll need your own copy to watch along. The link's in the description below, by the way. Please consider being a patron. Please subscribe to the channel. Click that bell icon for instant notifications. Do check out my other videos. Like if you like this video, feel free to dislike it if you didn't. With all that being said, let's get started. Spaceballs, Brooks, Candy, Moranis. Let's go. Spaceballs. Once upon a time warp. Oh, okay. It has the classic text from the Star Wars movies. In a galaxy very, 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 very far away, there lived a ruthless race of beings known as Spaceballs. Chapter 11, a random chapter, devised a secret plan to take every breath of air. Today is Princess Vespa's, is that meant to be Princess Leia? Princess Vespa's wedding day. That's quite the intro. We got to learn a little about the story. If you can read this, you don't need glasses. But I do. Whoa, okay. That's pretty decent miniature work for a lower budget film, I'm assuming. The music is pretty ominous, so I'm guessing these are the bad guys? Just judging from the music. The music stopped and they're still showing the ship. Yeah, Mel Brooks is just trying to show off this miniature model which keeps going on forever. This is something he's very famous for too, just keeping the joke running till it's not funny anymore, and then it becomes funny because it goes on for so long.
Colonel Sanders.
Colonel Sanders from KFC?
Planet Druidia is in sight, sir.
You're really a spaceball.
The helmet kind of gives it away.
Have you notified Lord Helmet?
Lord Helmet?
Make way for Dark Helmet!
All rise in the presence of Dark Helmet.
Darth Vader parody? Look at the size of the head! The helmet. No wonder he's called Dark Helmet. I'm guessing that's Rick Moranis. He's from the poster.
You can't breathe in this thing!
We're approaching planet Druidia, sir.
Good. There.
Oh man, that's punishment enough if you ask me.
What's the matter with this thing? What's all that churning and bubbling? You call that a radar screen?
It's not.
No, sir. We call it Mr. Coffee. Care for some? Yes! Once we kidnap the princess, we can force her father, King Roland, to give us the combination to the air shield.
Everybody got that?
There you go, breaking the fourth wall already.
Hot! Hot!
And it's the royal wedding of Princess Vespa to Prince Valium. Yeah, she's definitely meant to be Leia.
Where have you been?
Here I am. I'm sorry. I had to make a pit stop.
Dot Matrix is clearly C-3PO.
Must I go through with this?
I'm sorry, my dear. You have
He
to.
doesn't want to get married.
But Daddy? I don't love him.
Oh.
He's the last prince left in the galaxy.
What are you doing?
Dot Matrix? She has a very recognizable voice. I can't place it. Dude, she's literally leaving the planet. Dude, it's a van. Uranus. Is this meant to be Chewbacca? It is. And John Candy's playing Chewbacca.
Pizza the Hut!
Instead of Jabba the Hutt, they have Pizza the Hut.
Where's my money?
Don't worry, Pizza. You'll have it by next week.
1 million space bucks.
$1 million?
Or else pizza is gonna send out for you.
So they literally have a door to escape from the planet because they're trying to save the atmosphere.
We all know Prince Valium is a pill. But you could have married him for your father's sake and then had a headache for the next 25 years. What is it? I was saying, do you realize what you've done?
Spaceball City is literally mini Death Stars.
There's absolutely no air shortage whatsoever. Shithead.
It's Brooks himself. He's playing the president. Perry air. Canned air because they're almost out of an atmosphere.
We have both ships coming up on the Teledar, sir, if you wish to observe.
I'll be down immediately.
Shall I have Snotty beam you down, sir?
That was a Star Trek reference.
All right, I'll take a shot at it. The hell, it works on Star Trek.
They're not even trying to hide it.
Snotty,
Scotty.
beam him down.
Yes, sir. Immediately, sir.
Why didn't somebody tell me my ass was so big?
We'll beam you back, sir.
This time I'm gonna walk.
It's in the next room, isn't it?
President Screw, salute!
Hail, Screw!
Good. She's almost in our grasp.
I don't have to put up with this. I'm rich. What are you doing? I'm calling my father.
Because that's what you do when you're rich.
Sorry, sir. Doing my best.
Who made that man a gunner?
I did, sir. He's my cousin. Asshole. Major asshole.
And his cousin?
He's an asshole too, sir.
How many assholes we got on this ship anyhow?
They're all a-holes.
I knew it. I'm surrounded by assholes.
Spaceballs. Forget it. Too dangerous. Besides, I'm already numero uno on Dark Helmet's hit list.
Of course you are.
Anything?
Yes, anything!
What about $1 million?
Okay, we'll do it for $1 million.
There you go.
$1 million?
One princess for 1 million space bucks.
What's she driving?
A brand new white Mercedes 2001 SEL limited edition. Moon roof, all leather interior. I got it at a very good price. I paid cash.
Oh, make sure to mention that you paid cash.
And if it's at all possible, try to save the car.
Right. Because it's already paid for.
No, Spaceballs! And they've already got her in their magnetic beam. Radar about to be jammed.
I mean, I saw that coming. I really did.
Sir,
Now what is it? I'm having trouble with the radar, sir. The radar, sir. It appears to be
Jammed.
Jammed.
Lone Star.
He hit the camera. Like, they're doing a spacewalk without any helmets.
I'm a Mog. Half man, half dog.
I knew it.
I'm my own best friend.
What the hell is all that?
It's Her Royal Highness's next luggage.
I am Princess Vespa, daughter of Roland, king of the Druids.
A Druish princess.
Funny. She doesn't look Jewish.
I just got that. It took a second, but I got it. That was very well done by Mel Brooks.
She's not in there.
Radar repaired, sir. We're picking up the outline of a
Lone Star!
There's so much physical humor in Mel Brooks movies.
What happened? Where are they?
I don't know, sir. Prepare ship for light speed.
No, light speed is too slow.
Light speed too slow?
Yes, we're gonna have to go right to ludicrous speed.
I don't know if the ship can take it.
What's the matter, Colonel Sanders? Chicken? Go!
What the hell was that? They've gone to plaid.
We passed them!
They overshot. Oh man. At least he had his helmet.
It's a good thing you were wearing that helmet.
Yeah?
What shall we do now, sir?
Well, why don't we take a 5-minute break?
Very good, sir.
Why? Because we're out of gas.
Turn it up and hyper.
The miniature work in this film is very obvious that they're miniatures, but they're fairly well done, if you ask me.
You listen. On this ship, you're to refer to me as idiot, not you, Captain.
You will call me Your Royal Highness.
We've got some classics, sci-fi inspired music. Almost, not sci-fi, I'd say it's almost like Lawrence of Arabia. Interesting.
All right, wait a minute, Barf. Put it down.
What's this?
A blow dry.
You know something, Princess? You are ugly when you're angry.
Oh.
That's it.
Get me the video cassette of Spaceballs the movie.
Yes, sir.
Rocky 14. The producers, Young Frankenstein, Blazing Saddles, holy crap. Just like Blazing Saddles, Mel Brooks is acknowledging that they're in a movie.
We're still in the middle of making it.
Instant cassettes. They're out in stores before the movie is finished.
Spaceballs!
Good work, Corporal. Punch it up.
I'm not surprised at all. They're going to watch the plot of the movie to advance the plot of the movie. Brilliant.
No, go past this. Past this part.
Oh man, this is pretty creative.
Sir! What? We've identified their location.
It's a paradox if you think about it.
I can't seem to find Druidia.
It's right there. It's that bright blue one right there. See?
Oh, yeah. But it's so far away.
Yeah, there's definitely setting something up here between them.
All I got was this. It was around my neck. I've taken it to every wise man in the universe, and nobody could tell me what it means. So, how come you ran away from your wedding?
I didn't love him.
I could be perfectly happy the rest of my life without love.
Come on. Of course there's a distraction. Virgin alarm.
That was my virgin alarm. It's programmed to go off before you do. Oil.
Room service. Room service.
Oh, waiter. Check, please.
Hey! Are these creatures from one of the Star Wars movies? Droid oil.
I don't see them, Sanders.
I've sent the troops on ahead to Vector 78, sir.
Come to think of it, I think this has a lot of parallels with The Wizard of Oz, with them being the Oompa Loompas, her being Dorothy, C-3PO being the Tin Man, Chewbacca being the lion. That's just something I noticed right now.
It looks like the Temple of Doom.
Temple of Doom? From Indiana Jones.
Yogurt.
Yogurt?
Yogurt.
Definitely Wizard of Oz vibes here. That's meant to be Oz.
Just plain yogurt.
It's Yoda. They're calling him Yogurt here.
I am the keeper of a greater magic.
Is this Mel Brooks too?
The Schwartz.
The Schwartz, not the Force.
What is it that you do here?
Merchandising.
Merchandising? Actual merchandising!
Walk this way! Take a look!
Oh man, that's serious commentary on the Star Wars franchise, especially back then. Because half of the reason the movies existed was probably, at least the sequels existed, was probably merchandising.
May the Schwartz be with you!
May the Schwartz be with you.
Where?
Somewhere in the sands of Vega.
Tell them to comb the desert, you hear me?
They're literally combing the desert.
Are we being too literal?
We are being too literal, aren't we?
What? You can read it? No, I was just clearing my throat. Here, take it. What's it say? I cannot tell you that now. It shall be revealed to you at the proper time.
Of course it will. And it's a parody of the Yoda training Luke scene.
Boss! How'd you do that?
Sorry, Barf.
Yogurt has the Schwartz. It's far too powerful.
But sir, your ring. Don't you have the Schwartz too?
No, he got the upside. I got the downside.
Instead of the light side and the dark side, we have the upside and the downside.
Daddy, is it really you?
I think we're seeing the powers work for the first time properly.
No, Vesper, don't! Ah! No.
Will we ever see each other again?
God willing, we'll all meet again in Spaceballs 2. The search for more money.
Hopefully with the merchandising, that'll help the executive to decide on a sequel.
No, no, please leave me alone. No, you are mine. Oh, no, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you. Leave me alone. Yet, I find you strangely attractive. Of course you do. Druish princesses are often attracted to money and power.
Oh!
Yes, no, no, yes, no, yes. Oh, oh, oh.
I love Rick Moranis' voice here.
Oh.
He's intentionally making it more deeper. Spaceballs toilet paper. Even more commentary on the quality of merchandise for a lot of these movies.
Dr. Slotkin will give your daughter back her old nose.
The worst thing that could ever happen to her. And he's giving in.
One,
two,
three, four.
That's the kind of thing an idiot would have on his luggage.
Thank you, Your Highness.
Why didn't you turn off the whole movie?
I must have pressed the wrong button.
Well, put it back on. Put the
Yes,
movie
sir.
back
Yes,
on.
sir.
Fine.
Yes.
That's amazing. I've got the same combination on my luggage. Prepare Spaceball 1 for immediate departure.
Yes, sir.
Lone Star, how did you find us?
No time to talk. Come on.
Oh, we got company.
This is a classic scene from Star Wars movies too. These corridors and the two sides fighting from both ends. None of the shots are hitting them, even though they're getting fired on by like 5 people.
Captain, we've got them. Spectacular stunt, my friends. What a pity.
Oh, wait a second.
You've captured their stunt doubles. Search the
Actually,
area.
they're stunt doubles? Oh man! I thought that the real stunt doubles for the movie.
Salute! Hail, Scrooge! Ship is too big. If I walk, the movie will be over. How do I know you're not making faces at me under that thing?
President Scrooge.
Yes.
There it is. Planet Druidian.
Ship changing.
It's transforming into a literal transformer.
It's a transformer.
Again, they're not even hiding it. Mel Brooks, man. I mean, the Transformers cartoons back in the mid-late 80s, they were a big deal. A vacuum?
That's how they're gonna get the air out.
They're literally going to vacuum the air out. Man, where does Mel Brooks come up with this stuff?
Mega Maid.
Good.
Suck.
Nice shot. They did it in reverse with a miniature. Well done. Same here, I think. This man just sacrificed an entire planet because of her daughter's nose job.
Look at that.
It's working! Nice. It was very easy. Just Use the ring. I love how they're using the same shots. It was in reverse earlier, and now it's playing normally.
I'm breathing. Air.
Thank you for that, Captain Obvious. You are breathing.
What the hell are you doing?
The Vulcan neck bench?
More Star Trek.
It's down here where the shoulder meets the neck.
Self-destruct button. Do not push unless you really, really mean it.
Not so fast, Lone Star.
Helmet.
We're finally having a direct confrontation between them.
I am your father's brother's nephew's cousin's former roommate.
Ah, Mel Brooks.
You have the ring, and I see your Schwartz is as big as mine.
We have a classic lightsaber battle, a Schwartz saber battle. Knowing Mel Brooks, we'll get to see a little of the actual production of the movie. It's protected by the Schwartz. Almost. He must be so thankful for this helmet. It protects him all the time.
May the best man win. The ring! I can't believe you fell for the oldest trick in the book! Oh, look at that! You fell for that too!
Use the Schwartz, Lone Star. Use the Schwartz.
I can't. I lost the ring.
The Schwartz is in you, Lone
Oh man,
It's in you.
The Schwartz was in him all along.
Thank you for pressing the self-destruct button. This ship will self-destruct in 3 minutes.
Oh man.
Have a nice day.
Thank you!
Nice! Mel Brooks saved a lot of money for this explosion at the end.
We all did it.
On a sadder note, Pizza the Hut was found dead earlier today in the backseat of his stretched limo.
Now we don't have to pay him the million. We can keep it for ourselves.
I don't think he wants the million anymore. He wants Princess Vespa.
I'm so happy that you're home and safe.
He said,
Is that John Hurt?
Bring us water!
It's an Alien reference. They literally have the alien from Alien. It was John Hurt, wasn't it? Nice. That was a surprise. So is this. Why, Mel Brooks? Why?
Just grabbed his million space bucks and ran.
He didn't take the million.
Yogurt!
Hello, boys.
He's here.
It's a royal birth certificate. Yes, your father was a king.
How convenient. Oh my goodness. I already recognize this. It's from the Planet of the Apes. Straight from the Planet of the Apes. Oh, they even got the apes.
Hey, watch my helmet.
Why didn't you tell me he didn't take the money?
I didn't think it was important.
Well, I don't know.
No, she doesn't.
What? I'm an honest-to-God prince. Will you marry me?
Yes.
Finally. We're actually getting a happy ending. Like a lot of other Mel Brooks movies. May the Schwartz be with you. Nice. That's a fitting way to end the movie. Yeah, I'd probably recommend this movie. I thought this was better than Robin Hood Men in Tights. Any other Mel Brooks movies I should watch? Do let me know in the comments. The voice of Doc Matrix was Joan Rivers. No wonder she sounded familiar. Okay, so I took just a little time to collect my thoughts. First off, that was a ton of fun. There hasn't been a single Mel Brooks movie that I haven't liked so far. That's high praise. Although they are all in the same style, he somehow manages to make them unique in their own way. The cast in this one did a great job, especially John Candy and Rick Moranis. Brooks himself wasn't bad at all too. He loves appearing in his own films. And apart from the humor, the sets, props, miniatures, and costuming work in this movie was excellent. The score really grew on me by the end, and the direction by Brooks was on point as usual. There were clearly many weaknesses of this movie from a critical standpoint, but I don't think they warrant any real discussion because this was clearly intentionally an absurd parody comedy. Mel Brooks knew that it didn't make sense when he made the film, and it was better off for it. Let's start with the directing by Mel Brooks and the script by him, Ronnie Graham, and Thomas Meehan. The story was a straight-up parody of Star Wars, down to the merchandising. It also had elements of Star Trek, Alien, Planet of the Apes, Transformers, and even a bit of The Wizard of Oz thrown in there. Please correct me if my Wizard of Oz thing is right or wrong. Anyways, the basic premise was pretty simple. Princess Vespa is kidnapped by Dark Helmet and has to be rescued by Lone Star and his half-human, half-dog sidekick, Barf. The good guys triumph, the bad guys lose, and Solo gets Leia at the end. Very predictable, but that's not why we're here in the first place. Why we're here is because of the comedy, which Mel Brooks and the rest of the team deliver in spades. Starting from parody characters of Han Solo, probably Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia, obviously, to Darth Vader, Palpatine, C-3PO, Chewbacca, among others. I think they even had a Colonel Sanders. The locations were parodied, including the Death Star being its own planet called Spaceball, and the ship itself called Spaceball 1. Very creative, Mel Brooks. Funnily enough, both versions of the Death Star ships, they had similar weaknesses, but unlike Star Wars, the bad guys survive at the end. I wonder if Brooks was eyeing for a sequel, because he does mention it in the movie, The Search for More Money or something. Maybe that's the reason why he didn't kill them off at the end. One particular aspect of the movie that was hilarious and very true, it was the merchandising. I think that was straight up commentary. I think he was trying to say that a big reason why these massive franchises exist in the first place is because of the merchandising potential. And especially in the 80s, everybody had Star Wars toys, if I'm not mistaken. I'm from the early 90s, not the 80s, so but I still, my older cousins or friends, they had Star Wars toys. It's something that he exploited within the film itself. Plenty of times it got referenced. Almost everything was Spaceballs branded, which I found funny. The self-references and the fourth wall breaks were trademark Brooks, and that didn't surprise me at all. It was very funny though. I mean, the entire script was joke after joke at an unrelenting pace. If one of them doesn't work, the next one makes up for it. I call these movies joke by numbers, like The Naked Gun or Airplane. Moving on to the production side, which was surprisingly good for a Mel Brooks production. The most impressive parts were the miniature works on the ships or the planets, the paintings of the backgrounds. The creative costume parodies were also excellently made, especially Dark Helmet's helmets, or even the ball helmets for the stormtroopers of the film. All in all, an excellent movie for lovers of odd helmets. I think this movie had a bigger budget compared to a lot of other Brooks films, because the sets did look rather elaborate and fairly well made. I could tell that they were intentionally fake looking, which makes the movie even funnier, because I realized that they had the budget, right? The budget would allow them to make better sets, but they didn't want to because they were going for this particular look. Great stuff. Finally, the score of the film was also noteworthy, I think. At first I thought it was a little average because the music felt too parodied from other movies around that time, but by the end it completely won me over. There were the references, but that Spaceballs song near the end was very catchy, and I'll be looking that up later. As for the criticisms, As a serious movie critic, I'm sure I can come up with a bunch of things like the lack of a proper story that makes sense, or some of the overplayed jokes, various issues in continuity, or a number of other things. But I feel like that's not why people watch or love this film or other Mel Brooks movies. It's meant to be unapologetically and intentionally goofy, absurd, and slapstick, just like Robin Hood Men in Tights, or Blazing Saddles, or Young Frankenstein, you name it. It's uniquely Mel Brooks. Overall, Spaceballs, it was such a great time. I really enjoyed this. I think I enjoyed this more than Robin Hood Men in Tights, but not as much as Blazing Saddles. This was another solid Mel Brooks film, though. It had me laughing throughout the 90-minute runtime. The absurd humor combined with very decent performances from John Candy, Rick Moranis, and the man himself, Mel Brooks, really brought this crazy, crazy script to life. The production and the score, they were also surprisingly good, something I didn't expect. This, I think, is the quintessential Star Wars parody, and I highly, highly recommend it. If it isn't considered a cult film today, it will be in the future. Anyways, thank you for watching. I have a Patreon page. Consider being a patron. Subscribe to the channel. Click that bell icon for instant notifications. Do check out my other videos. Like if you like this video. Feel free to dislike it if you didn't. I will see you in the next one. Bye.